Hi guys, Luckfuck here and welcome to another FIFA 20 player review, and today guys I'm reviewing the 86 rated MLS Player of the Month SBC, Mls Vela. This card looks pretty awesome for the most part, so I was able to complete his SBC for 10,000 coins, which is pretty awesome. And in the 4 games that I played him, he scored me 3 goals and got me 0 assists, and he's also got a 2-star weak foot as well as 4-star skill moves. Moving along to his game stats, his main standout stats are going to be his 90 finishing, his 85 short passing, as well as his 89 long shots, and finally his 89 ball control. And I did also have the Hawk chemistry star applied to this Player of the Month Vela, which is of course the second MLS Player of the Month card that we've had in FIFA 20. Interestingly as well, the Martinez SBC, the first Player of the Month that we did have for the MLS in FIFA 20, is still active for another 24 hours, so you can effectively get 2 of the best MLS strikers in the game right now for about 130,000 coins, which arguably isn't a bad deal, and especially with the fact that Mls Vela's SBC from scratch, according to Potm, only costs 25,000 coins, so a similar price to Pukki's SBC, and you got a great card. Yes, not the greatest nation, not a bad nation, but not the greatest nation, and obviously not the greatest league. No offense to any MLS fans out there. Come on, you know, the MLS league, it's not the greatest. It is getting better, but it's still kind of far off from where it needs to be. But Mls Vela is a fantastic player IRL, you know, no question about it. But in FIFA, I think he's decent. You know, the 2-star weak foot concerned me when I saw that. You know, when I originally saw that the SBC was active, I was extremely excited. Then I saw 2-star weak foot and I forgot. Like, I was like, oh my god, I forgot that Vela had a 2-star weak foot, which I think is a bit harsh, then, to be fair, because I think he's such a good player. But I think using a 2-star weak footed player, in my opinion, at this stage of FIFA is workable, especially if you constantly just try to shoot with him on his left foot, which is his, of course, his preferred foot. You can work around it. And I have to say, getting into his first pro, interestingly, it's going to be his finishing as his first pro, because I thought his finishing on his left foot was very, very decent. Hit the woodwork quite a few times, hitting the bar, hitting the post on maybe 3 or 4 occasions in the 4 games, but also was able to pick up 3 very decent goals at the same time. This guy's got a very good shot power, very good finishing inside the box. He's obviously got that 90 finishing that goes up to 95 finishing with the Hawk cam style. His shot power goes up to 90. His positioning goes to 99. He's already got amazing volleys and long shots as well. On that left foot, if you can just hit it with him on that left foot, hit the ball on that left foot, he is fantastic. If you're hitting him with the right foot, a lot of the time for me, he was missing the target, and it's very hard to be able to master, you know, a player that's got a 2-star weak foot and be able to score on their weak foot. It's practically useless, in my opinion, which is obviously a kind of big downer to the card, having to restrict him to being able to use him on essentially just one part of, like, you know, just using him on his left foot. Obviously isn't the most ideal situation, but you know, when you do have shots on that left foot, he puts a lot of power behind his shot, and he's very, very decent. So I thought I had to put down his finishing as a pro. His second one's also going to be his dribbling. Very, very good all-round dribbling stats. Actually, all of his dribbling stats are either in the high 80s or middle 80s. It didn't put a chem style to increase his dribbling. I want to focus that a little bit more on getting that pace up more, as well as his shooting and physicality. But his dribbling stats don't really need work too much. I think they're already fine for a striker. I mean, 89 ball control, 86 reactions, 88 dribbling is already more than good enough for this stage of FIFA. It's fantastic, and he does feel very good on the ball. He doesn't feel sluggish. He feels very nice. He can turn quickly past players. Yeah, he's just got that good feel factor when you're using him. You know, it is very, very nice indeed. So finishing and dribbling wise, couldn't fault those. His negative will have to be his weak foot, because, you know, it's so difficult to use a player. I wouldn't dare take him into FUT Champions. It's as simple as that. You know, to use a player where you're going to want to, you could be through one-on-one, and I know one-on-ones this year aren't the most easiest as in previous years, but there's been so many times I had great chances with this Vela card on that right foot where he should be doing a lot better, and he just wouldn't hit the target, or he'd hit the target, but it would be straight at the goalkeeper. But on that left foot, as I mentioned before, he was actually scoring some insane goals. It's just that on that right foot, it makes him not unusable, it just makes him a bit frustrating to use at times. I was just thinking to myself, if only he had a 3-star or 4-star weak foot, he'd be even 10 times the better player than what he currently is. It's amazing how much actually weak foot does matter to an extent. Honestly, he'd be even so much better with just even a 3-star weak foot. Would be unreal. But on the whole, I recommend doing this SBC. I think, listen, for 25,000 coins, I think if you got, you know, if you've got millions of coins in your club, then yeah, go for it, you know. But And I think if you've already got Martins in your club, I think it would make sense to go and do this SBC as well. But I don't think, for 25,000 coins, it's not a bad option. It's someone that I personally wouldn't take into Weekend League. It's someone I'd have a little bit of fun with in Rivals games as a super sub or whatever. But I don't think he's out of this squad. I don't think he's a bad card at the same time. It's just, listen, if you're doing him, he's only 25,000 coins at the end of the day. That's not hard for any FIFA player to come across. It's just whether you want to put 25,000 coins into an untradeable card. At the end of the day, he's got a good card. It's an 86 rated card. He is very usable on that left foot. So, in my opinion, I think if you were to do him, there's not much loss because he doesn't cost that much, and he could still prove to be a very, very good player for you. And on the whole, he got me 3 goals in 4 games, which isn't the worst return in my opinion. But anyway, guys, that is going to finish up this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.